Hello friends, welcome to my channel where we break down the latest marketing tools and strategies. Today we are focusing on two powerful players in the world of digital advertising, DV360 and Google Ads. Have you ever wondered what the difference is between these two giants? Which tool is the best for your marketing campaign? And the most important, how to start working with DV360. If you want to be updated with all of the news, with all of the latest innovation in the trade desk, in DV360, in programmatic and ad tech overall, you can join my Discord community where I write articles, step-by-step guides, how to prepare your DSPs for cookieless future, for example. I have articles about how to improve your inventory quality and what is the future of the trade desk, for example, and tons of other valuable information, conversations, and etc. So check the link below to stay updated with all of the latest news about programmatic. You can reach out to me directly, ask questions about whatever you want, about DSPs, about ad tech, about my experience maybe. So don't hesitate, check the description below, join my community, and yeah, stay updated with all of the news. And let's start from what DV360 is. DV360, or Display and Video 360, is a Google demand side platform, or DSP, and a part of Google Marketing Platform. In other words, I would say that this is just Google Ads on steroids, because DV360 allows advertisers to buy online spaces almost in 99.9 ad spaces in the internet, and also using all possible formats including CTV, digital out of home, display and video, and in-app and native. DV360 is a great tool for large enterprise advertisers who want to run full funnel campaign using all possible formats and reach some narrow audiences, as well as use formats like CTV and YouTube, consolidated to control frequency better and have an access to all inventory sources that exist in this world. There are cases when small advertisers could use DV360, but in the vast majority of cases, I would recommend choosing different ad platforms due to complexity of DV360 and needed knowledge to effectively run campaigns there. If creating an account in Google Ads is pretty straightforward, in DV360 it's totally different. If you want to get an access to DV360, there are two ways. First, go to agency that is reselling DV360 and negotiate contract and pay reseller fee for them. This is a pretty simple approach. You can check a list of official resellers on Google site, choose your preferred reseller, and yeah, reach out to them. Second option is a bit challenging. You can reach out directly to Google and ask for a direct contract. And the thing is that access to DV360 costs a lot, and it also requires some spend minimums. So you really can't get access to DV360 directly if you run campaign for small business, and it is much easier to get an access to DV360 if you're in an agency. So you have a lot of clients, you can upsell it for your existing clients, for example, or sell it to new clients. So you just have some room there. If you're a business owner, that doesn't make sense. Go to reseller and pay reseller fee. But if you have an account, let's start from creating advertiser. This is what you will see when you get an access to DV360. First level is a partner level. When you open your partner, you will see a list of advertisers. In order to create advertiser, there is a special button here, create advertiser. It takes some time. Here, we need to type advertiser name. Let it be advertiser. Now let's paste website name. Let it be programmatic 101 website. Then we need to choose currency. In our case, it is US dollars. Then billing profile will pop up based on partner settings. We won't change it. Then ad server. If you have campaign manager, then you can link your campaign manager advertiser to your DV360 advertiser to automatically serve creative to DV360. This is very useful, but as of now, we will keep it as it is. We have campaign manager connection, and then in campaign manager we will choose our advertiser ID to set up this connection. Then we will keep it all as it is here. Then YouTube setting. If you are going to use YouTube, you can click on this, because in this case your floodlight activity will be used for YouTube optimization. This is essential for all YouTube campaigns. So let's click on it. And that's it. Yep, so we can click on create. Once we created advertiser in DV360, let's dive into the DV360 user interface basics. Well, what we have here. So first of all, section in the left. Here we have audiences. For all of the audience settings, you will have all of your audiences here. Then analysis, and you have here all of the possible analysis that you can perform for your audiences. Next station is creatives. In creatives, you will have creatives that uploaded from CM360 or that uploaded directly to DV360. And preview sheets, format gallery that you can use to build new interactive creatives, for example, and appeal history with all of the history of resubmitting your creative for approval. Next, inventory. The most important tab here is inventory marketplace. Here we have all of the possible inventory providers that DV360 has, including premium providers like Disney, Fox, Roku, NBC Universal, Hulu, YouTube, and others. Next station is negotiations. In this section, you will get all of your PMP and PG proposals that you will have to approve, and only then you can run them and add to your line item targeting. Next, report. This button redirects you to a reporting section of DV360. Recently, DV360 has deprecated all of their offline reporting, so now you have only instant reporting, and well, it's pretty useful, I would say. I like this. Next section of this menu is experiments. Very important, especially if you run A/B tests. Basically, it allows you to split cookies and, for example, test different audiences or creatives and make sure that you ran a clear experiment. Also, on the next tab here, you have list studies. You can create new brand lift study, for example, for YouTube or standard display and video campaigns. Then we have a lot of different settings like channel and keywords. You can create a list of websites that you want to, for example, exclude or include in your campaign. Next station is floodlights. Here you will have all of your campaign manager floodlights that are available in DV360. And really great feature, custom bidding. Here you can create custom bidding algorithm, depends on your campaign goal, and create custom rule for that using different weights, for example. Really great and powerful feature of this platform. And then advertiser settings. Now, I want to guide you through the whole process of creating an advertising campaign. So let's get started and click on New Campaign button. Let's start from the campaign name and let's create like campaign 1. Then choose campaign goal. Let's create a performance campaign and choose drive online action or visits. Then we need to choose KPI. Let's choose CPA and $100 here. I want to mention that this KPI will not be used for campaign optimization. It will be just for your information. Just this campaign has $100 CPA, and this will be used in user interface dashboard as well. Then creative type. Let's use display. Planet span is optional. Let's keep it empty here. Planet dates, yeah, let's run it till the end of the July. Frequency cap. I recommend you limiting your frequency cap to 1 ads per minute in order to avoid cluttering a web page with your ads and wasting your budget ineffectively. All of the other settings I would skip here because it will not change your targets and parameters or campaign settings. All of these parameters exist just for your information, like not to forget what are you targeting in this campaign. We will choose everything on insertion and line item levels. Create. And now, new insertion order. We have three options here, connected TV and digital out of home. These are two separate formats. In our case, we need to use real-time bidding just to launch usual digital marketing campaign. Name, like let's keep it insertion order 1. Budget, let it be $100,000 till July 31st. Then pacing. I always recommend keep it even because ahead pacing is adding 25% to your even budget. ASAP tries to spend all of your budget like right now. I can only recommend ASAP if you hardly can spend your current budget, like you have real problems with scaling and your campaign is far from spending your budget. Ahead also can be recommended for cases when you can't really spend the full budget, but you are close to it. But in all other cases, even. Cost per action, also, it's just for your information. Billable outcome, there was a great feature, outcome-based buying, but Google has deprecated it, so now we have only impressions. Previously we had also clicks there. Optimization. If you don't have a lot of line items and you have learnings on your advertiser level, you can use automated bid and budget strategy at insertion order level. If it's a new advertiser and campaign, or you're not confident that Google distribute budget well, let's use control bid and budget at the line item level. And frequency cap, well, now it depends on the strategy. Let's imagine we are running prospecting strategy and we can't really afford high frequency. So let's use 12 exposures per lifetime. And that's it. We can skip all of these steps because we will choose everything on line item level. And let's open our new insertion order and create a line item. This is where everything is happening. So let's stick to display. If you want to run video or like other formats, just choose them in this menu. Here, I recommend using authorized direct sellers in order not to be exposed to other sellers. Public inventory. I recommend decreasing number of ad exchanges to maybe 5 maximum. If you are starting new campaign, I recommend you checking internet resources and choosing only trusted ones like Google Ad Manager, Index Exchange, Magnite, OpenX, PubMatic, Xandr, Yahoo Exchange, and yeah, maybe BitSwitch. Well, we have 8 exchanges now. We're not going to run deals, groups, all of these things, and let's go straight to the targets and parameters. Here we have all of the possible targets and parameters. Let's quickly go through each of them. Brand safety. I recommend setting up brand safety for all of the accounts. You have to exclude all of the sensitive inventory. Apps URLs. I also recommend running a low list for all of the advertisers. That's the basics. You don't want to be exposed by MFA sites. You don't want to find your ads on low quality sites. So please whitelist your inventory and keep your whitelist updated. Verify URLs in order to maximize campaign performance and not expose your brand to low quality sites. Keywords. If you want to run keywords campaign where you want to show ads on specific pages with specific keywords, you can create a list of keywords here. Otherwise, let's don't touch it. Categories. The same. If you want to run on specific page categories, you can set up this here. Next, environment, web or app. In our case, we have to stick to the web environment. Position. It really depends. You can remove unknown. Probably you want to be visible and you can use above default only. But if you don't have these learnings, let's better stick to all of the positions, even unknown, and the same for positions. Viewability. Essential targeting. I recommend 70% or greater. You don't want to serve not viewable ads. Language. Pretty straightforward. Let's choose English. We forgot to set up brand safety. Let's use not yet labeled and sensitive categories, just few of them. You can choose all of them. This is just as an example. Well, audience list. You need to choose audiences, and I recommend you to use Google Audiences. They are pretty strong. You can identify based on your marketing plan, or you can find them in Google Analytics, for example. There are different audience types. You can combine different audiences, for example, third party and Google audiences. Also, there is one more great feature: custom list, custom intent, and custom affinity. You can create a list based on keywords, and this list will be built based on search intent data. As for the first-party audiences, you can use them for retargeting and reactivation strategies, and third-party audiences, you can use them for prospecting strategies, and you can find very narrow segments like those who spent $5,000 using Visa card on Black Friday. And exclusions. Don't forget exclude first-party data and, for example, website visitors from your prospecting campaign, and don't forget exclude converters from your retargeting campaign. So in our case, let's stick to the prospecting and choose some affinity Google audience and apply. We don't have first-party segments here, so we will keep it as it is. Next, browser device, pretty straightforward. Let's just use Google Chrome, because we can really track only this browser via, for example, CM360. Device, let's target computer or desktop only. And we have connection speed and carrier ISP. You can also choose it, especially if you are targeting mobile, that would be valuable. Optimize targeting. I don't recommend using it for all of your campaigns. If you want to run lookalikes based on your converter list, yes, you can run it, but let's turn it off. As for the other settings, let's keep same data as insertion order, budget and pacing unlimited to the insertion order budget. As for the bidding strategy, that really depends. If we want to run new performance campaign, Google recommends to start with fixed bid, and I would stick to these recommendations. But if you don't have this time, there is an option to start from maximize conversions and prioritizing spending my budget full. That could work. Then you could switch to target CPA and set up a specific CPA here. Then we can limit frequency once again. If you plan to have a lot of line items, you can limit your frequency here as well. Let's imagine we will have 10 line items, and let's limit it to like 10 exposures per lifetime. Then we have creatives. We have to choose our creatives there, and conversions. Here we will choose, for example, checkout page as our main conversion goal, and count all conversions, primary model, and we have post-click conversions, percentage of conversions. I recommend count all, and use primary audience. This is floodlight attribution model in our case, and create. Oh, we need name. Line item name 1. And that's it. What are the pros and cons of using DV360 for different categories of advertisers? Let's start from large advertisers. And this is a great platform for them because you have access to almost all inventory in the world. You have access to all of the digital formats, including CTV, YouTube, and digital out of home. So this gives you an ability to run a full funnel marketing campaigns within one platform, control frequency, control creatives, and control audience there. And this is really helpful and beneficial for them. Also, you can connect DV360 account to Campaign Manager and use Campaign Manager as an ad serving tool, creating a really comprehensive creative strategies. For medium advertisers, this is also a great tool because you still have access to vast majority technology of the internet, you have access to YouTube. So medium advertisers can also use DV360 as a part of their marketing strategy, running, for example, YouTube campaigns, and there is video action campaign in YouTube that drives great performance. Also, they can use bottom of the funnel tactics like retargeting and reactivation and reach their customers across all possible sites, and they can find new customers using, for example, deals and use premium inventory for that. Now let's talk about small advertisers, and this is where situation gets tricky. I wouldn't say that small advertisers can't use DV360, but this category of advertisers need to clearly understand why they are doing it and why they use this platform. Because it is really easy to be disappointed with this platform and waste money. DV360 prioritizes spend over conversion. So, digital marketer who runs campaign in DV360 need to clearly understand what to do, which inventory sources to choose, how to create a low list, what audience to target, and all other things. If you don't understand role of DV360 in your marketing mix, please don't use this tool. Instead, focus on tools like Meta or Google Ads and try to exhaust their potential. Once you reach your saturation point there, you can start using tools like DV360 to create more awareness, to create more demand for your bottom of the funnel channels. Also, you can increase conversion rate for your bottom of the funnel activities in these tools by using DV360. This tool is really helpful in assisting in conversion paths. Now let's talk a little bit about Google Ads. I think Google Ads is a good solution for all kind of businesses and for advertisers with different scale. It is good for small advertisers, it is beneficial for medium advertisers, and it still can be helpful for large advertisers. First of all, I want to mention that Google Ads is built for performance campaigns mostly, and Google Ads algorithms prioritizes conversions and CPA over spend. This means that this is a bit more challenging task to waste your budget there compared to DV360, for example. And at the same time, this is one of the Google Ads cons. Google Ads does not provide you with large scale, so it is really easy to reach your saturation point, for example, for medium advertisers, because in Google Ads you have access only to Google Ad Manager inventory or Google owned inventory like YouTube, for example. So this means once you reached your customers using Google Ad Manager and Google owned inventory, you just can scale further. And this is where, for example, DV360 can step in with access to probably hundreds of SSPs and partners and other formats. And one more Google Ads cons is lack of customization compared to DV360 especially. You can't really run narrow audiences, like those who spend $5,000 on Christmas gift, for example. Or you can't create your custom bidding algorithm there. Yes, Google is trending in a weird direction where they're introducing formats like YouTube CTV in Google Ads. Google is so Google, this is so weird, and sometimes it seems that Google Ads and DV360 teams are not even connected and not even communicating with each other. And I think that Google Ads is one of the most powerful tools for performance marketers that will help you to scale your business. And if you reach this point where you can't really scale further, you can start exploring such tools like DV360 or other DSPs to break this point. If you want to run your first display campaign, I would recommend you to start with Google Ads. If you are not large enterprise or you are not running multi-million ad campaigns, like Google Ads is your best choice here. Still, for some medium and maybe sometimes large advertisers, if it's your first experience, you also could start from Google Ads and take all of these long hanging fruits. You still have awareness campaign there. You can also have an access to YouTube CTV. You need to write your Google rep, but still you have this. Also, you can run performance campaigns, yes, using only Google audiences, only using Google Ad Manager and Google Inventory, but still it provides with a great scale. When you reach point of saturation, yes, you can start exploring other solutions like DV360, for example. But for those who are just starting, I would definitely recommend Google Ads. If you're a large brand and you are spending hundreds of millions of dollars, or at least tens of millions of dollars, probably you're not watching this video, but if it's the case and you don't have DV360 or other DSP in the mix, that would be probably a solution for you, especially if you are interested in running YouTube. You just don't have other choice, I know, but for YouTube buyers, for those who are interested in buying YouTube at scale, DV360 is the only solution. If you want to run YouTube and other formats and want to consolidate all of your marketing campaigns under one platform, DV360 is also great tool. So you can run digital out of home, YouTube, CTV, then retarget those users via cheaper display and video formats in open web. You can also have all of your guaranteed and premium deals with publishers in one place and also retarget them via cheaper formats and RTB. If your brand or marketer that just want to explore what programmatic is, try brand awareness campaigns and try to drive more new audience to your website, this also can be a tool for you. I just need to say that Google is losing their open web competition and DV360 will be mostly tool for YouTube buys in the future, but still it provides with a great opportunities. It is directly connected to Campaign Manager 360. It is possible to connect DV to GA4, and it's still possible to measure your campaigns via Campaign Manager 360. By the way, I don't recommend doing that. It's time to switch, but still, there is such a solution. DV360 is still the most popular DSP in the world. So you won't lose if you try this platform as your first programmatic platform. You will learn a lot. You won't be really disappointed if you have right goals and you will define the right role in the mix for this platform. But if you run small or medium campaigns and you just want to introduce one more performance tool to your campaign mix, that would be a hard task to prove DV360 efficiency. DV360 is great in driving post-view conversions and clients don't really like it. They want to see, in vast majority of cases, post-click, ideally in GA. So if you're just looking for one more performance solution, I just need to say it will be hard to prove DV360 efficiency. This tool is not built for performance campaigns. I have tried it in my experience. Sometimes it was partially successful, but in the vast majority of times, everybody was disappointed. So you need to define your goals. You need to find role of DV360 in your mix. Ideally, it should be branding, top of the funnel campaign, maybe some part of consideration and bottom of the funnel activities in open web, but it can be clearly performance goals. And what about my personal opinion? Well, my inner trader is disappointed because Google is so Google. In all of the latest roadmaps, betas, and updates, I see only YouTube updates. And it's easy to understand. YouTube is the only pillar of their business that is growing right now. Their Google Display Network business is down because open web right now is not very perspective place and part of their business overall. So that's understandable. Still, this platform is good, but it lacks of innovation. The latest innovation I've seen is they changed color of the buttons from green to blue. That's it. And tons of YouTube updates and other things. I have a lot of questions for this platform, especially in the context of cookieless. Google will rely heavily on privacy sandbox, but it won't have any other identifier built in, for example UID2. This means that Google will be really limited in scale. So if we're speaking about the next 5-10 years, I see Google losing open web race, and probably Trade Desk is the winner here, but Google still has YouTube and advertisers will still use YouTube. So I don't want to say that Google will shut DV360 off or things like that. Advertisers will still use it because they can run YouTube, then retarget this audience in open web. That's great. But still, I think that competition is heating up there and Google is not leader in this race. With the right information, you can choose the right tool for your digital marketing activations. If you find this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel and watch my other videos, and see you in the next video.